Hey there everyone, my name is Jessica. In part 1, we went over the key components of the AEVIT 2.0 system. This time, we'll be going over the display, how to boot up AEVIT, and how to disengage for OEM driving. First, let's look at our display. This is our AEVIT 2.0 Gen X display, an evolution of our previous. It features updated graphics and a new enclosure for a more modern look, while having a familiar layout of our previous 2.0 display. Again, the display is the control center for all operation and programming. EMC offers 3 options for secondary controls: Option A, B, and C. Option A controls almost all electrical functions in the vehicle, while B offers slightly less, and C mainly offers controls found around the steering wheel. Each offered function appears on the screen as an easy-to-read icon. You can either press the icon on the screen or use a separate button in the vehicle. This vehicle is programmed with Option A, meaning we have control of almost every electrical function in the vehicle that we need to drive. So let's take a look at the display. As you can see, all the icons are simple and easy to read, and our fast response touchscreen allows for quick control of any function. And any important messages about your AEVIT 2.0 system will appear at the bottom of the screen in this white box. Now, let's learn how to boot up AEVIT. So take your key, put it in the ignition, and find the little red button. This is your wake up switch. Press it once, and AEVIT will wake up. Now your screen has lit up, and it has this little message just saying that the vehicle has alternative driving controls. Just press accept. Now we want to start our vehicle. We're going to press here. We're going to press that once. All right, now look at the bottom at the messages. Ignore this first one. It's just asking you if you want to disable. So now it's telling us that our steering wheel is not aligned. So let's align that up. Perfect. Right now it's going through a backup test. That could take several seconds. So now we have a message saying that we need to manually boot up the gas and brake and steering. So now let's take our gas. We're gonna just push it backwards, push it forward. We want that message to say booted. All right. So now with our steering, we want to steer all the way to one side, steer all the way to the other side. Perfect. All right, our system is properly booted up and we are ready to drive with AEVIT. We understand not every driver will be using AEVIT, so we made it very easy to disengage the system for OEM driving. The first step you want to do is make sure your wheels are aligned and straight. If they're not, you'll have to boot up AEVIT and align them. So now we're going to start up the vehicle like we did before. Accept. Now you want to pay attention to the messages. You want to look for a message saying disable primaries. Press the alert key next to it to disable them. You only have about 5 seconds to do so. Now if your AEVIT system only has gas and brake, after you press the alert icon, you're all set to drive OEM. But if you have steering, now you'll have to go down to the servo motor to disengage it there. Down at the servo motor, you'll want to pull this safety pin out. Then you'll want to pull the second pin out slightly. It will not remove. Then put pressure down on the knob and push it in all the way. When you can't push it in anymore, release and replace the safety pin. If you did it correctly, you should have a message saying that you are able to drive OEM. Now to re-engage AEVIT, you want to let the system fully boot up. Ignore the message about disengaging primaries. If the steering servo is not mechanically engaged, one of the following messages will appear. At any time, you can press the alert icon next to the messages for a step-by-step instruction. Once steering is fully engaged, those instructions will disappear. Right now, the system is telling us that the servo motor is not engaged, so we have to go back down to our steering servo and re-engage it. You'll want to pull the safety pin out, pull the second pin, and let the knob pop up. You'll have to turn your wheel slightly to let it pop all the way up. Now, once you hear that's popped, put the safety pin back in. And continue booting up AEVIT like normal. And now you can drive with AEVIT again. That was a quick look at the AEVIT display, how to boot up the system, and how to disengage for OEM driving. Next time, we'll take a look at driving with primary controls.